Good evening, here are tonight's top stories. Fisherman Courtney Ben is believed to have drowned in the Essequibo River. The decomposed body of a West Cange man is found in a swamp after nearly a week missing. Investigation continues into the murder of Tyrone, France, with two brothers in custody. Dengue fever outbreak grips Guyana, as reported by the Health Ministry. A house in Weldad village is destroyed by fire. Recent canoe operations yield multiple court outcomes for drug offenses. President Irfan Ali highlights issues within Guyana's financial system. Stay tuned for the details of these stories. Please remember to like, share and subscribe to our channel for more news.
Fisherman Courtney Ben believed to have drowned in the Essequibo River. Courtney Ben, a 43-year-old fisherman from Wanipra village, Region 7 of Cuyuni Mazaruni, is believed to have drowned sometime between Thursday and Saturday. According to police reports, Ben left his home on Thursday in a wooden boat without an engine to check a fishing seine in the Essequibo River. He was last seen visiting Owen Hubert's shop at Sharima Landing, where he sold fish, before heading to another shop approximately 200 meters away, where he spent around 45 minutes consuming an alcoholic beverage. Ben was last observed paddling his boat alone towards Wanipra village. The following day, at approximately 8:10 HRS, Ben's boat was found drifting near Wanipra village with his personal belongings inside, but there was no sign of Ben himself. Concerned residents checked his home, and upon failing to locate him, they raised an alarm. A search party composed of relatives, community members, and police officers was quickly organized. Tragically, at about 8 o'clock HRS on Saturday morning, Ben's body was discovered floating in the Essequibo River. It is believed that he drowned. His body was subsequently transported to the Bartica Regional Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Investigations are ongoing to determine the exact circumstances surrounding Ben's death. Decomposed body of West Cange man found in swamp after nearly a week missing. The decomposed body of Dharmendra Sarabjit, a 57-year-old drainage and irrigation, Deni, worker from Lot 10 Caracas, Vrihade village, West Cange, Burbus, was discovered today in a swamp nearly a week after he went missing. Police reported receiving an anonymous call at about 11:45 HRS today, alerting them to the presence of a body in a swamp area at Vrihade village. A team of police officers arrived at the scene around 12:15 HRS and found Sarabjit's body, which was in a stage 3 decomposition amid thick vegetation. Detectives processed, documented, and photographed the scene before positively identifying the body as Sarabjit, with the help of his 32-year-old daughter, Amrita Mahadio. Reports revealed that Sarabjit was known to be a regular consumer of alcohol. He was last seen leaving his home at about 7 o'clock HRS on June 17 to visit a female friend but did not return. On June 19, after several unsuccessful searches, Mahadio reported her father missing to the Central Police Station in New Amsterdam. She had also posted on Facebook, sharing a photo of one of her father's boots found near a trench and pleading for the public's assistance in locating him. Sarabjit's body has been taken to Bailey's funeral parlor, where it will undergo a post-mortem examination. Investigations into the circumstances surrounding his death are ongoing. Investigation continues into murder of Tyrone, France, two brothers in custody. The investigation into the murder of 28-year-old Tyrone, France continues, with two brothers currently in police custody. France's body was discovered on Monday morning along the road shoulder at Heathburn Village, East Bank, Burbus. A post-mortem examination conducted by government pathologist Dr. Vivekanand Brijmohan on Friday revealed that France died from asphyxia and multiple injuries. France, known to the police and previously convicted of narcotics possession, had been at a barbecue in Glasgow new housing scheme shortly before his death. 3 individuals who were with France before his body was found were initially detained. Regional Commander, Senior Superintendent Shivprasad Bacchus, indicated that there are primary and secondary crime scenes, with the primary scene being where the group was imbibing and the secondary scene being where France's body was discovered. It is believed that the incident would have taken place at the primary location and then moved to the secondary location where the victim's body was found, explained Commander Bacchus. As the investigation progressed, 2 additional persons were taken into custody on Tuesday. However, by Friday evening, police headquarters announced that the initial 5 suspects had been released, and 2 brothers were now detained for further questioning. According to an anonymous source, France reportedly owed a man for drugs he was given to sell. The investigation remains active as police continue to piece together the events leading to France's death. House destroyed by fire in Weldad village. A devastating fire has razed a 2-story wooden and concrete structure belonging to Marlon Fraser, known as Baba, a 64-year-old self-employed resident of Lot 22 Weldad village. The incident occurred today at approximately 1600 hours HRS, leaving the entire structure destroyed. Fraser lived in the house with her 6 children and 2 grandchildren, aged 6 and 4 years. The fire reportedly started suddenly while Marlon was at home in the lower flat, feeding her grandchildren. She noticed a burning smell and quickly sent her granddaughter to investigate. The young girl returned with alarming news that smoke was emanating from her mother's bedroom. Rushing outside, Marlon was horrified to find her home engulfed in flames. Promptly, neighbors rallied together, forming bucket brigades to battle the blaze until emergency services arrived. Sub-Officer Quinton, Section Leader Crawford, and 4 firefighters from the Onverwacht Fire Service arrived swiftly with fire tender number 90. They acted promptly to douse the flames, though the structure had already sustained significant damage by the time they arrived. Fortunately, there were no reported injuries. Emergency medical services and the Guyana Power and Light, GPL, also responded to assist during the emergency. The cause of the fire remains unknown and is under investigation. Meanwhile, Marlon Fraser and her family are receiving support from the community and local authorities during this challenging time. Authorities remind residents to remain vigilant and prioritize fire safety measures to prevent such incidents in the future. Canoe operations yield multiple court outcomes for drug offenses. The Customs Anti-Narcotic Unit, CANU, has recently concluded several cases involving drug offenses, resulting in various court outcomes. Mark Anthony Thomas case. Mark Anthony Thomas appeared before Magistrate Gibbs at the Sparendam Magistrates Court on Friday, June 21, 2024. He pleaded not guilty to charges of possession of 4.5 grams of cannabis and obstruction of a canoe officer during duty execution. Bail was granted in the sum of $60,000 for the obstruction charge. However, Thomas was remanded to prison until August 2, 2024, for the possession charge. Odari Phillips case. On Thursday, June 20, 2024, Odari Phillips faced Magistrate Azor at the Vigilance Magistrates Court and was found guilty of possession of 23.2 kilograms of cannabis for trafficking purposes. Phillips received a 3-year prison sentence and was fined $20,880,000 Guyanese dollars. Winston Thompson case. Also on Friday, June 21, 2024, Winston Thompson appeared before Magistrate Azor at the Vigilance Magistrates Court. He was found guilty of possessing 298 grams of cannabis and cultivating 5,000 cannabis seedlings. Thompson received a sentence of time served. Gavin Adams case. Gavin Adams changed his plea to guilty on Friday, June 21, 2024, before Magistrate Liverpool at the Sparendam Magistrates Court. He was charged with possession of 3.348 kilograms of cocaine for trafficking. Adams received a 3-year prison sentence for this offense. These cases highlight CANU's ongoing efforts to combat narcotics trafficking and enforce drug laws in Guyana. The outcomes reflect the judiciary's stance on drug offenses, emphasizing both custodial sentences and substantial fines for those found guilty. Dengue fever outbreak grips Guyana, Health Ministry reports. Guyana is currently grappling with a significant outbreak of dengue fever, with Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony revealing alarming statistics in a recent interview. According to Dr. Anthony, 398 individuals have been hospitalized due to dengue-related complications so far this year. The Health Ministry has conducted over 18,000 tests, identifying 4,700 positive cases of dengue. Tragically, the outbreak has also claimed 4 lives. Dengue fever, a viral infection transmitted through mosquito bites, is particularly prevalent in tropical and subtropical regions. Despite the severity of the situation, there are indications of a possible downturn in new cases. Dr. Anthony noted that in the past week, fewer than 10 new hospital admissions for dengue have been recorded, suggesting a potential decrease in transmission rates. However, efforts to combat the outbreak remain intensive. We have been working with the regional health officers. In each region, they have a schedule for fogging. We have been using some chemicals that will kill the larvae, Dr. Anthony emphasized. Vector control measures such as fogging and robust public awareness campaigns are pivotal in reducing mosquito populations and curtailing the spread of the dengue virus, Dr. Anthony explained. He underscored the importance of community engagement and adherence to preventive measures. Dr. Anthony also highlighted a concerning trend among dengue cases. Many individuals testing positive had previously been infected. This is what people need to know. The treatment is very symptomatic. There are 4 strains of dengue. The first time you get infected with any of them, it would be mild, but if you get infected a second time with a different strain, there can develop complications, Dr. Anthony cautioned. The health ministry is urging residents to take proactive steps to safeguard against dengue fever. Key preventive measures include eliminating stagnant water where mosquitoes breed, using mosquito repellent, and ensuring homes are properly screened. Early detection and prompt medical intervention are crucial in managing dengue fever. Individuals experiencing symptoms such as high fever, severe headache, pain behind the eyes, joint and muscle pain, rash, or mild bleeding are urged to seek medical attention promptly. The health ministry reassures the public of its commitment to managing the outbreak effectively and safeguarding public health through ongoing vigilance and coordinated efforts across the country.
A reduction of the cost of financing for particular sectors because we wanted to reduce the cost of financing for agriculture, forestry, livestock, manufacturing, and we have been able to bring down, because of the policies we have adopted, interest rate by 3 percentage points in most instances. So participating commercial banks has reduced interest rate from 8% per annum to 3.5% on loans for up to $500,000 and 5% for above. So it's 9.5% for loans above $500,000. That is now 5%. And the $500,000 small business loan came down from 8% to 3.5%. Those were as a result of direct negotiations and strategic policy formulation by the government. Now, all of this investment and all of this, one may ask, how is the spending reflected in the financial system? If you look at non-performing loans, that is a very good indicator as to how the spending is reflected in the financial system. Non-performing loans, which peaked at $32.9 billion in 2020, reduced by 59% to $13.4 billion at the end of 2023. Non-performing loans reduced by 59% between 2020 and 2023. That is as a result of some financial planning. The strength of our financial system, the viability of our financial system, and the results of the policies, targeted policies we are introducing. Outside of this, in order to modernize our economy, we have operationalized the national payment system. And finally, in order for us to secure the financial system, we have enacted a new Anti-Money Laundering Act, and I'll go into those areas specifically to show how these actions contributed to the health and well-being of our financial system. Now, as I said, there are some areas that I wanted to explore a bit more. If you look, for example, at the national payment system and the benefits it brings, because many people don't focus on the importance of the national payment system and the benefit that it brings to us as a country. The national payment system provides for electronic transfer of funds, including payment and of salaries and pensions and treasury bills transaction. Now this is important. You hear the concept of digital wallet. You hear the concept of digital money. You hear the concept of paperless financial system. These are important concepts that we will have to adopt to. So the national payment system allows for the transfer of funds, an electronic transfer of funds. Now this, for us, we have to graduate to the situation nationally where our payment system will be on an electronic platform. And this allows for greater transparency, it allows for greater traceability, it allows for greater tracking, it allows for the tax authority to have a better understanding of the movement of funds. So this is important in the modernization of our payment system. Secondly, it allows for immediate payments and clearance in the banking system. So if you go to some countries, some of the more advanced countries, you will see that everything is done on your device, your phone. You go, you shop in the supermarket, you scan your phone, the payment is taken out, it goes into a system. So there's very little room for the cash type of transaction and the problems that can create. So it allows for immediate payment and clearance in the banking system. These results in efficiency and cost savings in respect of these transactions and reduce risk of fraud. And this is important. We have seen from the Ministry of Tourism a lot of complaint today of persons buying online through all kinds of sources, and then they lose their money. We see here also issues with cash transaction that can lead to fraud. With this type of system, there is traceability, and that traceability helps to identification of problems and also avoidance of fraud.